Hi everyone, this is Danny and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting a fun strawberry dipped in chocolate. Now let's get started. I am using a 9 by 12 inch canvas and a 3/4 inch bristle brush with white paint, mainly in the center of the canvas. Now I'm going in with a mixture of phthalo green, a little bit of brown, and a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of white. And I'm going around the edges with that with just a crisscross brush stroke, using the mop brush to soften everything up. You're going to want to let this layer dry and then go in and do it again. Now we let it dry, and now we go in and we do that process again. White paint in the center. Nothing fancy here, just get the paint on there. You just want a nice good full coverage. Go around the edges with the green mixture. And soften it all up. The strawberry on the green and white background look really nice. Green and red complement each other, so it's gonna look very nice together. Just blending everything in with a mop brush. Now I let that dry. Now I'm gonna go in and sketch on the strawberry, which is a very simple basic shape. It is a triangle with rounded edges. That is it. I go over it with chalk so you can see it a little better. Very simple shape. Now I'm doing the chocolate drizzle. Some big drips. You can't really see them right now, but you will in a second when I go over it with the chalk. Nice big drips. Now just going in and putting some leaves. I didn't really notice right away that the left side, the leaves were a little smaller than the right side, and it looks unbalanced, but I do go in later and I fix it when I paint it in. Now I'm going in with a number 8 round synthetic brush with a mixture of red and a little bit of brown. This is a mid-tone red. Just painting in the top half of it. Now I'm going in with just brown, which is burnt umber. And that number 8 synthetic brush. Just paint it in. No certain brush stroke for this. You just want to get the paint on there. If you have trouble spreading your paint, just dip it little bit in water, just a very little bit, not too much, and it will go a little bit further. Now I'm going in with a phthalo green and tiny bit of black, very little bit, for the dark color of the leaves. You can see that the right side, those leaves are a little bigger, but I do fix it up after. Just putting in a couple of leaves, smaller ones facing forward. Now I'm going in with a dark red mixture. It is red with a tiny bit of black, very little bit of black. And then you just blend it in with that mid-tone red color. You want it darker on the sides and lighter in the middle. Dark red mixture on the right side and blend it into the mid-tone color in the middle. I'm using a number 2 flat brush. Now I'm going in with a very little bit of black on the edges, and I'm blending that in with the dark red mixture, just to add more contrast. Now I'm going in with a little bit of red, tiny bit of yellow, and a little bit of white just to brighten up the center of the strawberry. I'm gonna let that dry. And now I'm going in with a light green mixture. It's phthalo green, yellow, white. Putting another coat on the leaves. A little bit of that light green mixture just on the tips and the sides. Nothing fancy to this. It doesn't require a lot of blending at all, just a very little bit. You just want to make sure you get a nice good coverage, so you want to put another layer of your dark green color. Light green, blend it in a very little bit with the dark. Now I'm going in with a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white, just to put a little highlight on the tops so you can see them. That's the leaf I fix up later just to balance it out with the right side. Sorry about the shaky camera. My dog kept bumping into the table. My Roscoe. He gets pretty impatient when I am painting or not paying attention to him. He kept bumping into the table. Just putting some more highlights on the tips and the sides, just refining everything. letting those leaves dry, going in with another layer of highlight in the center of the strawberry. A little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of white. The yellow makes it not so pinky. If you just add red and white, it's very, very pink. The yellow kind of tones it down a bit. Just blending that in with the sides. Blending that highlight with a little bit of red and then a little bit of the darker mixture. And you just keep going, you just keep layering until you get it the way that you want it. Blend that in. The leaf just grew. I painted it off camera. Much more balanced out. Just a couple of little leaves that are sticking out. Very small little leaves. Just triangles. A little bit of dark color, a little bit of the light color. I'm really not doing much here at all. A little bit of shadow underneath. Let that dry. Now I'm going in and fixing up the edge of the chocolate, which I lost when I painted the red on the strawberry. So going in, putting another layer of burnt umber for the chocolate. Getting a nice solid coat. Make sure you get a nice good coverage there. Let that dry. Now I'm going in and putting the shadow underneath those leaves. Now I'm going in with my number 8, just the tip of my number 8 round brush, and putting the little indents where the seeds go, darker on the sides and then lighter in the center. So I went in with that dark red mixture on the sides, and then I went in with a lighter, and now I'm going in with a little bit of yellow on a number 2 round, a very, very little bit of yellow. And I'm not doing all the seeds, I'm just doing a few here and there. You don't have to do them all. Very lightly. And now I'm going in and just getting a few white dots on the yellow. Just a few. You see, I didn't do much at all. And now I'm going in with a lighter brown for a light chocolate color. It's just burnt umber, a little bit of yellow, and white. Going in with the light color mixed in with the darker burnt umber. Blend it in. Here I'm working wet on wet paint. Normally I wait for it to dry to do my blending, but for this it just worked better to do it while it was wet. Working on the drips. Just a little bit of the lighter color, you don't need too much. light color. I put the light color a little too much on the left hand side, so I go in and fix that later on. I want it a little darker there. Now I'm lightening it up even more in the center with that light brown mixture with a little bit of white. I did wait for that layer to dry before I went in and put highlights in. A little bit of white with a little bit of the light brown mixture for a lighter highlight on the drips. Starting to look yummy. Just a little lighter there. I'm trying to get it lighter. Then realized I want it dark on the sides because the sides of the strawberry are dark. So I figured, well, the chocolate needs to be darker on the sides. So I'm just putting a little more burnt umber on the sides. And then a little highlight just to make it look shiny. And this is pretty much it. At the very end, I did add some splatters. You'll see the finished painting with some white splatters around the edges. It just makes it look a little more magical and fun. Just some white highlights to really make it look juicy. That's pretty much it. Signing it. And there it is. Thank you so much for joining me today. Till next time. Bye.